address this nation? Was that the finest presentation either? I have to pay him $60,000 to do that research. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. This brother works for the race, works to make our situation better. And folks, today on the radio program, the meetings we have, it's one purpose. One single purpose: to develop our communities, to make ourselves stronger. We look on Merrick Boulevard where we are. We always talk about Marcus Garvey, say, where's the black man king and where's his kingdom? Where is people of high places? We have to ask you on Merrick here. We spend so much money. We save so much money. Where are our banks? Show me the banks here on Merrick. Show me them on the Linden Springfield Boulevard. Show me them. We can't see them. We are people, whether we were born in the Caribbean, down south, or Africa, we love our cultural food. Where are our supermarkets? These people in this community, if I were these people, and I'm in a community, be it the Chinese restaurant, be it the grocery stores, be it the pizza shop, be it the chain restaurants, be it all those businesses that exist, I would wonder why these people keep coming to us every day and spending their money and they don't try to open their own business. We're claiming that we're culturally acclaimed, we're culturally superior, and we're not doing the thinking. The thing is that we realize most of us have been trained to follow.
Gotcha.
For 400 years, we have been following. Therefore, we can't ask the people who are following to lead. But if we possess that special gift, that special quality of leadership, we must step to the forefront and lead, and others will follow. The slave trade industry, I could just imagine how profitable it was. Just think about my business here, Jamaica Breeze. I have 27 people working there. I had to pay the payroll this morning. Imagine, and even though I wouldn't want this, of course, but imagine those slave owners who had hundreds of people working for them. This country who had millions of slaves working for them, building these cities. Imagine how profitable. So you're seeing the head start that they got. We have only just begun. But we speak about the Willie Lynch syndrome. And sometimes we're saying it, the Willie Lynch letter wasn't true. But
the reality's right outside.
The reality is right there. They trained us. They said that in 1712, on the banks of James River, Willie Lynch stated, if we follow these principles, if we train these people, we will control them for at least 300 years. It's over 300 years now because it was 1712. And folks, we can't own a business together. We cannot own a business together. I mean, Garvey would say, you know how Garvey would classify us? He said, we are a bunch of imbeciles.
Crazy cowards and imbeciles.
That's what Garvey would say.
Yep.
That would be his exact words. But since we know that we're here to lead, and since Brother Raymond has committed himself, he has made it easier for me. And many other people here have committed themselves, have committed financing. And we're asking you. No, we're not asking you. We're pleading with you because the race is depending on us. If we don't do it now, it will never be done again. If we don't show our children that we can build an economic system that we control, it will never happen again. We have Jamaica Breeze here. We have the Restaurant Association up the road. We're trying to link with many businesses within this area in the hope that in 5 years we can control economics in these areas. You think I like taking my clothes to the cleaners right here and don't see any of us working there? We have people selling pizza in our community and we just keep buying from them. They don't give anything. We have people selling Chinese food and we're buying from them. I mean, is something seriously wrong with us? So we are saying now, folks, again, you're invited here for one reason, folks. One reason you're invited here is to help build that platform, help build that base for us that the sun will never set on. Well, when Marcus Garvey first told us about his plans, many people laughed at him. They laughed at him, they mimicked him, they said it was a joke, it can't work. But we're seeing even Israel took Garvey's plan and took it to another continent and established their home, their base. They used that Garvey plan to a T. That's right. Israel is, they're saying, you cannot go to another country or another continent and locate yourself and leave. Where do you think Israel came from with that plan? That plan, they did that when in the 40s?
1948.
That plan was here from 1914, 1916, what Garvey did. They saw what Garvey did. I went to Liberia. And the Firestone Plantation, I walked it, trees up on top of trees, up on top of trees, up on top of trees. You can't see the ending. They realized that rubber was such a resource needed by the world. They went into Liberia. They basically destroyed Garvey for what? They sent that criminal down there. I think you know which criminal I'm talking about. I don't need to call his name. They sent that criminal in Liberia, who was the most treacherous person to the black race. He set the black race back 150 years, and then you're going to tell me sorry? Then you're going to tell me sorry, and I must accept it? That was a plan for us. Had Garvey landed in Liberia, our situation would be a different situation today because Garvey was building the Pan-African Army, which he started here, but he couldn't free them up because he was here in this country. And you know about the Monroe Doctrine here. So he realized that the apple is here, and every time the African reaches for the apple, this man here, he gets more vicious. So we needed to be on our own land, which we control and love. But then, of course, Garvey was the provincial president of Africa, but it was going to happen where the UNIA would control everything. My folks, we're asking you, no, we're not asking you, let me make it clear. We're begging you to come back home to an association, to a government that's working for our people. We need each and every person to come on board to make this happen. Raymond is showing you back in ancient Egypt what happened and who controlled the resources, control the world. It's the same thing today. The same thing today. Raymond, we're saying that in 2014 we spend $1.1 trillion.
We black people in the United States.
If this was a separate economy, a separate country, we would be the 16th richest in the world. A friend, I have a story that I will tell 1,000,000 times. It's about my friend in Brooklyn running the Marcus Garvey Center. And each time I even tell myself this story, I think about it and it motivates me to continue. Because it has to be race first.
That's right.
It has to be race first. I don't have any problem with the other races doing for themselves. They should do for themselves, and they should not do for us. They should do for themselves, and they should not do for us. So when we stand here and say the man is not going to give us justice, why should he give us justice? When the devil commits a crime against you and you go to the devil's court, what kind of response do you expect to get? Again, my friend owned the Marcus Garvey Center in Brooklyn. And when he told me this X amount of years ago, I said, you know, I'm going to have to reach out to our people more to get them to believe and to get them to be a part of it. But what happened was that the gentleman said to my friend, the Korean gentleman said, you know, I have 7 of these stores. 7 of these stores. They're all in black neighborhoods. I do very well with these 7 stores. So my friend says to him, where do you get the money from to open these 7 stores? He said, I get it from the Korean Association. But then he said, I make sure I pay it back so another Korean can get a loan. He's saying that I make sure. And most of the time when they get these loans, they're not signing for anything. But they understand rates first. Meaning that if I am given the money, it's my job to turn that money over and make it better for my people. So he said he makes sure he pays back the money to the Korean Association. So my friend then said to him, you know, since we're buddies, since we're good friends, can't you introduce me to the Korean Association so I can get a loan? The gentleman said, no. Korean Association for Korean people. He said, you're black. Go to the Black Association. My friend, where's the Black Association?
UNIA.
It's right here. It is right here. We will change the world. We will change it, as you know, for black people. We will make it so we are strong again. And eventually, we will end up in Africa where we're building that base again. But for that to happen, we need each and every one of you to renew your membership with the UNIA. And the key thing you're hearing me say, renew.
That's right.
Because when the UNIA was established, Mr. Garvey says, each and every one of you who has an ounce of black blood running through you, you are an African. You are a member of the UNIA. And all you have to do is to activate
Your citizenship.
Your citizenship. You know, so I went down to Spring. It costs, by the way, it costs $56 to activate the citizenship. The sister is right back there, and you can do it today. You know, I went out to Spring. I went out to Spring the other day, and they were trying to convince me to buy a new cell phone, the iPhone 7. I think for $700. You know what I did? I cut another check for $600 for the Factor Restaurant Association, where we will control our economic system. So folks, join us. Help us to make that base that we all need to stand on. One God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Let me bring up somebody much prettier than I am.